Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Makosi Today, where we are talking about humility. Now, a couple of weeks now, I've been thinking about the word humility and I've been researching on what humility is. Why? Because it looks like 2020 has humbled the best of us. Now, there are four types of humility. There's natural humility, humbled humility, contrived humility, and intentional humility. Which kind of humility are you? Now, what is humility? Humility is not thinking lowly of yourself, but it is accepting yourself and your many good qualities as well as your limitations. So what we're going to talk about today, I'm going to try and explain a little bit what all the four types of humilities are right at the end of the video. But at the moment, I'm going to give you 5 ways of how to be humble. Did you even know that there's a how to be humble? So I'm going to be talking to you about how to be humble. And number 1, spend time listening to others. Because when you value others, you cultivate compassion, you cultivate empathy, and all of those are relatives of humility. Number 2, ask for help when you need it. Nobody knows it all. And when you put yourself in a position where you think you know it all, you put it across as you know it all, you're going to miss some things. And number 3, seek feedback from others. Because we all have blind spots. There's a you know that you want the world to know. There's a you know that you don't want the world to know. And there's a you don't know, but the world knows. Because of those blind spots, find 2 people to ask, to give you feedback about you. Find somebody who likes you and find somebody who doesn't like you to give you feedback about how you speak and how you come across. And then number 4, review your actions against the language of pride. Ask yourself really important questions and be truthful when you answer them. Number 1, ask yourself, was that snobbish? I do this to myself. I ask myself these questions on a day-to-day basis. Was that snobbish? And number 2, was I being a bit vain? And finally, accept what is. Accept your flaws, but positively strive for the best. We go back to number 1, spend time listening to people. Why should you spend time listening to people? Because at first glance, you don't see people as they are. You see people as you are. So in our quest to be humble, like if you're number 4, which is intentional humility, where you know your tendencies of being snobbish, you know your tendencies of being vain, but you really, really want to be humble. Most of us fall under that. Just keep at it and don't be too hard on yourself. And there's natural humility. People that are just graced, like, I think monks and priests and so forth. People just graced to be humble. And then there's humbled humility. Humbled humility can come from surviving something like breast cancer. It can come from surviving a divorce. It can come from surviving so many other things when life humbles you. And then contrived humility is when you just pretend to be humble, but you're not. And nobody has time for that really. So get over yourself and join all of us in probably intentional humility. Until next time, take care of yourself and take care of others.